You know anything about the sexual harassment
Look,
of...
I'm not joking. I'm asking you to step off, and if you don't, I'll call the cops. I mean it.
I'm a journalist. I'm asking questions. So nothing to say. 2 investigations were to come out. Nothing happened.
The left's premier racism and sexism watchdog has a racism and sexism problem, and they don't like being asked about it. Former staffers at the Southern Poverty Law Center say it's been ripping off its donors and sexually harassing and racially discriminating against employees for years.
$500 million so-called charity that has systematic racial and sexist discrimination problems. And at the same time, it's simply using that money to target its political opponent.
And now, that wouldn't be big news if it weren't for the fact that the world's biggest tech companies still use the SPLC's standards for censoring people. I'm Anders Hagstrom, and these are the facts. The SPLC is the left's authority on hate groups. They accuse political opponents of racism or homophobia or other bigotry and get millions in donations because of it. The Daily Caller broke last year that Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, and Google all looked to the SPLC to define what is acceptable speech. And it's widely known that outlets like CNN and the Washington Post cite them with no second thoughts. But what is unacceptable to them? Anything to the right of Hillary Clinton.
Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
It called the Family Research Council a hate group for believing in traditional marriage, and then a gunman stormed the Family Research Council's headquarters in 2012. In fact, the SPLC will go after beliefs as mainstream as opposing illegal immigration or believing that the biological differences between men and women are unchangeable. And now, the SPLC has fired its co-founder and its president for the very things they were supposedly policing: racial discrimination and sexual harassment. And after all this, Twitter is the only one that has cut off the organization. That means people using Facebook, Amazon, Google, and subsequently YouTube are all still subject to the same organization that caused Twitter to shadow ban conservatives and YouTube to outright ban them. Facebook told us that they saw the SPLC as an unbiased source. Unfortunately, it's anything but. In fact, using the SPLC to police conservatives is like letting the Heritage Foundation write policy for Democrats. And now let's go to some of your comments from last week's video about the wage gap. Ronald Brooks says, every place I worked, women got paid the same as me, plus women had more rights than I did. You might want to talk to your employer about that. What do you mean by rights? I don't think you get your rights from your employer. Vicky Omerza Highland says that there is nothing wrong with stay-at-home moms. Wish I could be one, but life is good. I mean, stay-at-home mom, it's not a bad gig.
Not bad.
I don't know. Phil Liddell says, so there's no wage gap in socialism? Well, if everyone's making nothing, then everyone is making the same thing.
That was good.
Boom!
Fast fact check.
Fast fact check.
How fast do you fact check a fast fact check?
How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
She sells seashells by the
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
I already got it before we even got it.
Well, you didn't say Sally. You just said she.
Sally sells
Yeah,
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, see, now you're a minute late.
No, I got it.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and share this video if you liked it and you want to share it. And also be sure to like our page here at the DCNF Presents the Facts and our friends over at American Voices and the Daily Caller. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can like my page in the description. Thanks for watching.